Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Sunday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and freaking early, man. You know it. It's 3:30 in the morning here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, I just had a total change of heart. I don't know how this video is going to go. Originally, I was going to talk about three stories. I had these three stories. I was going to do like a little thing where I talk about three different stories. I had opinions about three different little stories this morning, and I was going to talk about that up until like 10 minutes ago. And I came across the video. I'll put that one right on this link right on top. I want to talk about Trump supporters, and I just remembered this. This was a conversation I had Friday morning. I went shopping at Walmart Friday morning, and I ran into somebody, a woman my age, who is a Trump supporter, and I had totally forgotten about this until I watched this video of Trump supporters out in front of Mar-a-Lago. And I got to talk about this. Originally, if I still have time, I'm going to talk about these three stories. Jennifer Aniston walking off an interview because the Murder Mystery 2 is a new movie coming out. So she's doing an interview with Adam Sandler, and she walks off. She gets angry and walks off. I'm going to talk about that. I want to talk about a doorbell cam in Florida recording a UFO. I want to talk about that. And Lindsey, I was going to talk a little bit about Lindsey Graham being all teary-eyed, but I'm going to kind of push that one in with this conversation about Donald Trump. This is going to be more about Donald Trump. I came across a video. I'll put this one right on top. This is a mother and son in front of Mar-a-Lago. And what caught my attention was the son talking. This is probably, I'd say this kid's about between 12 and 14 years old. And he's saying, we're always getting bullied, Trump supporters. And, that's kind of interesting they say that. Marjorie Taylor Greene just called Stormy Daniels old and disgusting. I'll put that link down below too. So this kid's talking about Trump supporters being bullied. Why are they always being picked on? And he says something to the similar to like, why are they arresting or why are they going after Donald Trump? Why don't they go after the Democrats? And the first thing I think of is because Donald Trump, why isn't it obvious to Trump supporters that he's done things that other people have not, other presidents never have done in the history of the United States? The thing that stands out the most to me is that call to Raffensperger about finding votes, man. That just, what does that say about Donald Trump? No other president in the history of the United States gave hush money to a porn star while he was running for president. And then here's the thing too. The charges, all these, the alleged charges haven't even come out yet. Supposedly, Alvin Bragg, there's a whole buttload of charges that are supposed to be released after Tuesday. What he's looking at, Oh, here's an interesting thing too. Donald Trump flat out lying to his supporters in Waco, Texas, just flat out lying to them. When he was in Waco, Texas, just last Saturday, he said to them, "Do you know Democrats? Some of the Democrat prosecutors for Alvin Bragg, they quit. They quit because they didn't believe that I was guilty." Do you believe that? Democrats actually quit. This is what he's saying. He says, can you believe that? Democrats actually quit because they didn't think I should be prosecuted. Now that right there is a flat out lie. I'll find the link to this. If you Google this, you'll see what the truth is. Those prosecutors quit because Alvin Bragg wasn't prosecuting. They didn't believe that Alvin Bragg was prosecuting Trump fast enough, because they were worried that Bragg was kind of dropping the case. They wanted Trump prosecuted faster and harder. There's actual quotes from these prosecutors. Now Trump has to know this, so he's standing in last Saturday, and then there's a whole list of lies. I'll have the link to this down below. I mean, we're talking at least a dozen just flat out lies. And he's not just lying to Democrats or other people. He's lying to the people that support him. He stands. I can't fathom this. These are facts. These are facts. These are undeniable facts. Okay, so this woman comes up to me, and it's just the way that I see that Trump supporters are different than me. I often wonder this. What makes, how come I see something they don't see, they don't recognize? that this guy is just, he lies, and the stuff he does, and his true intentions seem obvious to me. It's all about him and not about the country. How come they don't see this? Okay, so this Trump supporter comes up to me in Walmart last Friday morning. It wasn't about Trump. We just knew each other from a long ways back. We went to school together, and she's an ardent Trump supporter. I see her on Facebook. And eventually, Trump comes up, and she says this to me. This is somebody else's quote. She believes that black people are taking over the country. This is a Caucasian woman, 57 years old, my age, in Connecticut. And she says this, and I've heard other Trump supporters say this. When there's no minority people around, Caucasian people talk differently. They talk completely differently than when when they might be heard. I've known this since I was a little kid. To me, you're being a hypocrite. So she says black people. I think black. She looks scared. She tells me she watches Fox News. This is where she gets her information, from Fox News. Black people are taking over. They want to take over the country, and she's totally serious. She says, "Look, the judges. The judges they're taking over the judges. They're all black. Have you seen this?" And I said, no. I said, just a few days before that, I had watched the movie Marshall, about Thurgood Marshall, and that dude became my hero after I watched it. The first time I saw this movie. So I Googled how many Supreme Court judges are black. Three. Clarence Thomas, Thurgood Marshall, and Kataji. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce the name. 3. If you look at federal judges, 22% are minority. 78% are Caucasian. Federal judge. I'll have the links down below. She tells me this. They're taking over on TV. They're taking over. You see them everywhere. They're trying to take over the country. And it's not reality. And I have to. I don't watch Fox News. I don't know what they're seeing. This is This is what a vast number of people really believe. And it baffles me how Trump supporters think differently. Like Lindsey Graham and Trump's son, I could almost see they were teary-eyed. I'll have another link down below. There's about 10, 12, 15 different Trump supporters, famous Trump supporters, like I don't know. The Newtown denier there, whatever his name is, a whole bunch of them, and they are just talking about getting AR-15s, and America's not going. We're taking over. We're not going to be picked on anymore, and they don't even know what the charges are yet. First of all, and how come they don't see that this president? And I hesitate to even call him a president. To me, he was an embarrassment. And how come they don't see what I see? It brings me back to, I think about the loan forgiveness program for college, by one of Biden's projects, one of his pushes to forgive loans. Now, I paid, back when I was 18 years old, I had $7,000 in the bank from when my father died, Social Security money. I took that whole thing, all the money I had in the bank, and I spent it on a technical college because I couldn't afford a regular college. And I ended up right out of that tech school, I ended up getting a job for an architect as a draftsman, and I kicked butt. Do I care now? Because I had to take every cent from my father dying to pay for my technical school, and I couldn't go to college because I didn't have enough money. I would have preferred to go to a university or college. I would have loved to go to a university or college, like Syracuse or Brown for architecture. That was my goal, but I couldn't. I fell in this little gap where I had some money, but I couldn't get a loan. It wasn't feasible. It wasn't doable, or I'd be in debt for the whole rest of my life. So I went that route. So do I harbor any grudge for people today? They shouldn't get money because I didn't get money. No, No, man. You know why? How does that affect me? Even if it's my tax money, I don't. Good for them. Just because I had to suffer, why should other people suffer? Does that make them stronger? No. I mean, it would make the country better that these people weren't so in debt to big banks, that they would be able to earn money and spend it in the economy sooner than owing these huge loans. It would be better for me and for the whole country. Why would I care? Why would I possibly care? Anyway, I see I'm already running at 10 minutes long. I'm going to have to do another video I want to talk about Jennifer Aniston getting up and walking off the set with Adam Sandler. This just happened the last couple of days because Adam Sandler bought cars for all his co-stars, or most of his co-stars, in the movie Grown Ups. And he didn't buy her one, or he claims he tried to. And she got angry, and I just want to talk about sour grapes, and and how come I can't buy people cars. That'll be my next video. I want to talk about a doorbell cam in Florida that caught, man. This is the clearest picture of a UFO I have ever seen. That'll be in my next video. All right, you guys. I'll be back later with this other video. You guys have a great Sunday.